Hello, one and all. Good afternoon. How are you? Well, maybe it's morning where you are, or night, or whatever. But good, whatever it is to you, this fine Tuesday. Tuesday. Then again, maybe for some of you, it's Wednesday by now. For all yous down in the land down under. So today, again, I am drawing another character. This time it's still by Daniel Verde. He's created a few for I guess the modern times. I'm not sure when he created his initially. Hey Evan, yes, tomorrow night, the last night I have before I go to Brazil. Yes, mother.
Just seeing who you're talking to.
Anybody in the chat? It happens just be Evan there at the moment.
Now,
Out, cat, out.
I'm on reason.
Sorry about that, folks. So, this guy, it's A.R.A.R.A. It's supposed to be an acronym, actually, as you might be able to tell from the title of today's. What happened? I don't know what happened to your wrench. I think all the wrenches are disappearing. Yes, not. Let's not. If you're talking about that tweet from Lorenzo, let's not get into it. Or I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Don't want to drudge anything up. I'd like get free of that drama from that night, but apparently, oh, oh, okay. And you got your wrench back somehow. Unless you got yourself two accounts, calling yourself Evan von Scriver in both. YouTube is a little screwy. That's for sure. Okay, who is that? Is that John calling himself the Canadian Buckler now? An alt John account? Uh, Hello, John. That is not me. How can we be sure it's not you? Do you have proof it's not you? Yes, we want you to prove a negative. Hard thing to do. So the menace that is the buckler is here. I like my account. Come from the future to agonize the Canadian Shield because he was given his suit that you produced by God. No, I did not watch that yet, Evan. Seeing as how he put it up like 10 minutes before my stream. I would just, I am here to spend big. Okay. What you want to buy? Bullet. What you want to buy? You want to go bye bye? Bye 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 bye. I didn't put it up there. I said 10 minutes before, John. I said 10 minutes before. Well, you can add in screen cards even after the fact, John. You could go over and add them if you wanted still. Oh, you don't like that he's just getting the answers before you, Evan. Is he a bad guy? The guy I'm drawing? Yes, because anybody who beats Evan at Skittle Battle is a cheater, right, right, Evan? They couldn't have won fair and square, or fair and circle, fair and triangle. Yeah, phones are usually ahead though on video feed. I find. Although they're slower in the chat. So if you use your phone for the video to see and your computer to type in the chat, you might have a bit of an advantage. There's no rascalism on. How dare who what? Who a wada wida? Wada who a wida? Hello, hello. How are you today? Well, since we sort of chatted earlier in your stream, that is good. Voice is almost gone. Ooh, why? What's happening with your voice? The disaster. I broke. I broke the male word per day while speaking with my wife. The male word? What is the male word per day limit? Oh, you just mean, us guys normally speak only so many words per day. Women tend to speak a little bit more. Yes, but some of us came back. We came back the very next minute. Well, I don't think it's I think it's scientific fact that normally men do speak less per day than women, but I don't think the universe is anybody's gonna make a guy pay for it if he says a few more words than normal. I'll bring that down a little further. Uh, yeah, you were watching a musical. That's just sacrilege. Question is, were you forced into watching this musical by your wife? So that answers my question. You were forced into it. Two, one. Ah, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, except getting her back might be a bit of a problem, eh? And is that how you say it in Portuguese? They do speak. There's a Portuguese there. Oh, new hero you might not know. Thursday, I am going to Brazil on a missions trip. That's what that talk is about. and hence why I'm drawing a Brazilian superhero right now. And I started a contest yesterday that over the next 2.5 weeks for people to make their own Brazilian superhero. In other words, a superhero that resides in Brazil. And so you make up the look, backstory, powers. Um, and the winner will get their choice of a signed set of trading cards by me, a commission T-shirt, which you probably haven't seen. And so let's any yet. So like this one. Well, you got a name there. Now you need to draw it up and come up with backstory or powers. Or you can get a commission on a 12 by 18 piece of paper. And I will also draw up my Brazilian superhero on a sketch card for the person and their character that they do. Um, let's see, where did I put my Brazilian superhero from yesterday? The Brazilian Shield. Where did I put it? Just give me a sec here. Second. Le second. I can't seem to find my thing from yesterday. Oh, I'll look for it in a bit. Well, if you win, whoever you are, Canadian Buckler, you can request that, I guess, to be made for yourself. Let's see there. The Brazilian Buckler. Maybe the Canadian Buckler could move to Brazil after being harshly rejected by the Canadian Shield to be a sidekick. Well, the Canadian Buckler isn't actually going to be try in my universe isn't going to be trying to be his sidekick from day one. He is trying to be a menace to the Canadian Shield because he is one of the ones that created the Canadian Shield suit, but God removed it from them and sent it back in time. And then he finds out eventually that one of the person finds out and ends up There's going to be a whole storyline, I think, with it. I've worked out ideas for it. Now it won't happen until like 6.5, 7 years into my comics, but no. See, the Canadian Shield suit is, in a lot of ways, yes, technically it's manly or manly cougars to give away, but any sidekick he technically gets, he's not wouldn't be training them to take over his position as Canadian Shield. And that's what most sidekicks are for. They're supposed to become. We think of them to be being trained to be the next. Like Robin. You think Robin as the next Batman. Kid Flash is the next Flash. Wonder Girl is the next Wonder Woman. Any sidekick of the Canadian Shields would not be. They never do. Actually, Dick Grayson has. Wally has. Kid Flash actually Bart actually took over too for Wally. Yeah, they never do, but that's what the concept was or is supposed to be. And half the reason they never do is because the DC and Marvel don't want to make um, Batman never Bruce Wayne for any length of time. The only one that they did that with for some length of time was Wally becoming the Flash. I think he's the only one that's ever took over for his mentor for any length of time to succeed him. Yeah, and actually, although Jay Garrick was never a mentor to Barry, not in the same way as Barry was to Wally or Wally was to Bart. Yeah, Barry just stole the name. Yeah. Well, they were supposed to be two separate Earths too. Barry didn't know Jay Garrick actually existed. To him, Jay Garrick was just a comic character, at least in the original rendition. But when they made it one Earth for a while there, then you know the Golden Age heroes, you know, were missing. Even that, I think, even with that, but when they eventually came back, Jay Garrick ended up being a mentor. I still he stole the name, but you know, yeah, Max Mercury was good too. I liked him as well, especially when he was mentoring Bart, so to speak. Johnny Quick was fun in all the All Star Squadrons. Yeah. Well, there's somebody else that took over. Jesse Quick, his daughter, actually did take over. Although I don't think she was ever a sidekick to her dad. She did sort of take over his mantle. Yeah, I think I got all that too. That series. I don't know, but it's good talking. Yeah, she did. But that was only well, if I'm thinking about the one where I did wasn't even a real thing. Barry, no, Wally named her as successor just to give Bart a kick in the butt. So that was just slowly a story arc, and I don't think she ever became the Flash in it. She grabbed a similar suit, and trained in it for like a couple issues. Her time for Tim Drake, my favorite. Yeah, then she got killed. Yeah, and then they bring her back, and then she became Batgirl, which I liked. I like her as Spoiler or Batgirl. Yeah. I never heard about her having a baby. I think that might be newer continuity. Oh no, she what? Yeah, I heard about her pregnant, but that was her and Robin were going out, and it was from another guy that she had fooled around with before her and Robin got involved. Yeah, Barbara Gordon was the best as Oracle. I did like her as Batgirl at first. She was a better Batgirl than the one before her, um, in my opinion. And although we only have Barbara Gordon as Batgirl because of the 1960s Batman, or 1970s, whatever, you know what I mean. Batman! No, we're not, Evan. We're just discussing a whole this, that, and everything in comics. Well, more.
Did I hear that right?
What?
Edwin?
No.
Oh.
Evan.
Oh.
I know you didn't. I know they're out there. Friendship. Friendship is the best ship. Till people try and sabotage it and sink it. Or do God only knows what to it. But that's usually because people don't let friendship rule over. They let stupidity reign. They don't let get to know a person. They just, I don't know how to put it. You're welcome, Evan. You're welcome. Let's not go there, Dillard. I don't want to get into too much drama. Not on air. Stuff like that, in my opinion, does need to be dealt with, but off air. some drama. Although we could get into some drama. You want me to draw your ma? Like draw your ma as a superhero? Good one. Hello, that is. I'm sorry, but the Canadian Shield and the Buckler never actually had a friendship. The guy came and tried to stole his suit. Then the Shield had to go after it back to the time that it was created. Then the guy didn't like that the Canadian Shield came and got the suit back that God gave him. Then he became the Buckler. He came back in time to become a menace towards the Canadian Shield. Oh, cool. Do you know which one, Evan? Or have you unboxed it yet? Are you waiting to do an unboxing video? Ah, cool. The elemental balance. Ah, I was wanting to get that, but I did not, unfortunately. Only so much money, you know. Hey, Scott. And speaking of buying stuff, I have some cards I created a while back. These are not the production ones, but they are villains of the Comics universe. Acer, Sunset, Ice Woman, Ice Woman, Thunderbird, Absorb, and Tank. And you can get the set of six for $20. Oh, you only back the digital. Well, I guess that made it easy to come in. I think he is talking about Tales from Beyond the Gate, Evan. Either that or that other one way back when that he was on that somebody else created. The Black Forest or something like that. Yeah, no problem. Scott. Although I do think that was a little bit too much information. No, Tales from Beyond the Gate didn't meet its goal. That is totally messed up. I think that's too much information too, Scott. Hey, Raggedy. Yes, Dave.
Not Dave.
Okay, yes, Mother.
Uh, I just came in to see if there was anything wrong.
What do you mean?
Probably the net.
Yeah, for you it's the net.
Uh,
Yes, but by the end of the day you might melt, Scott. No, just kidding. Okay, we're talking real good about superheroes, and then we're not. Now we're talking about Scott's AC unit, or lack thereof, and how he tries to keep cool, although he's giving us way too much information about that. Where in Brazil is it 120? Check Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo? That's where I'm going. Because Brazil is a big country. Fast. Because I'm being told something else about temperatures. Ridiculous. What do you want me to do? Depends on which Spider-Man he was drawing. You know, the Andrew whatever one, Andrew Garfield in the Amazing Spider-Man. He sort of had shoes in the first one. They gave him the real caution back in number two. So, hey, Trusty, he just walks around in a onesie. And I hope to have your thing done today or tomorrow, Dillard. Um, I started work on the good one, and I didn't like how Snowdrift was turning out, so I just have to start over. Although I went and got myself a few references to look at and draw women from the back. So hopefully Snowdrift will turn out way better than what I was had. Of course, you will see the video. I got another video ready to go up for you. Not for the last part, but we do hope you're enjoying that part of the process. Well, from about the head to the butt. Where is it? Do I even have a pathetic one here that I said no to? Yeah, there's what I had did, and as you can see, that does not look good. But here's some drawing references I went with. I get there's this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Hey, Bob, and of course these two as well. I'm probably gonna go closer to this one. I think this one I like the best so far. Just take photos. There's the problem, Dylan. You can't see them from the back angle. Rick, my Brazilian hero is epic. Metamucil. Yeah. what's with YouTube taking away wrenches on people's behalf? Yeah, well, John, it's not me that you're gonna have to impress with your hero, your Brazilian hero. It is the chat, and I don't know whether I'm going to be able to have anybody up on the panel to talk about their character because, well, as we all know, as of the first, that sort of thing is going away. There's other ways to do it, but I won't be. As long as the naughty bits are covered up, Jillard, as long as the naughty bits are covered up. In some way, shape, or form, I guess. But remember, she's a superhero. She's got to go around the city. You don't really want her rescuing people. You don't really want her getting arrested for, indecent exposure and taking in for that. I don't drape her in white man clothes. Drape her in Brazilian man clothes. Yes, but Dylan, as you said, she's naked. Where she's got the money? Where has she got that money stored? Or do I even want to know? Explain what's. Oh, this is a Brazilian superhero created by Daniel Varde. Um, Here, let me go over his bio. I got it here. Um, there is a link in the description to it. It's in Portuguese. You might need it translated. Um, how's she run then, John? Okay. So this is translated from Portuguese. So in the translation, it might lose a little something. Okay. If there was one thing that made Roberto very intrigued, it was the white traces of condensation that the fighters at the local airbase left in the sky. In his imaginary, in his imagination, I guess it's supposed to be, they were drawings, puns made by the pilots, and that no matter how much he jumped and tried, he was never able to touch them with his fingers. Roberto was a simple child who spent most of the time trying to get out of school to play football on the beach. Now, they might mean soccer to some of us. the beach and look up in the sky with his mother and sister in La Rua de Fritas, Bahia. One late afternoon, an aeronautic, an aeronautical sergeant appeared and, captivated by the brightness in the boy's eyes, made him a challenge and an incredible proposition. He promised to turn him into a pilot if he did not run away from school. The officer came to help the family, and the friendship between them grew. That wasn't the one I was talking about, Evan. You did a link to my website. I'm not pushing any sense of modesty on her. I'm just promoting a sense of running. If you got something in your butt cheeks while running, it's probably going to fall out. The sergeant discovered that Roberto had an exceptional ability to pilot aircraft because his body seemed fit to perfectly into any machine. His pupil proudly became the best and most daring pilot at the base, who wanted more of the enormous sense of freedom. For decades, the government funded AR, AR, or whatever development, radical air weapon tracking, and Roberto was the first human to successfully pilot the individual combat module. On his first mission, and right on his first mission, did A.R.A.R.A have to make a difficult choice between blindly believing in the institution that valued him and destroying the greatest superhero his country ever had, or following his instincts and disobeying the one he loved most. Well, she better be carrying a lot of money, Dylan. That's all I can say. As well. Because she's going to have to make a lot of bribes. Then again, she can fly away, I guess. You got your wrench back somehow. Yeah. Um, he looks sort of like, I'm not sure how I'd describe him. Well, from what you can see, he's a winged wonder. Almost looks like maybe Hawkman. It says powers flying ability aircraft, movement wide, bone lightweight, resistant. And this is not, like I said, this is not my character. He is a character created by somebody in Brazil. I just figured I'd do this in honor of going to Brazil, doing draw up some Brazilian superheroes. Um, on yeah, you can either email me the information or I have yet to put it up. I'm going to be putting a Twitter feed and posting it, pinning it to the top thing. Um, hello? And you have technically have 2.5 weeks to get it in till August the 9th, because I am going away for 10 days on Thursday. So you have some time to get it in. My email's rickpiper@crosscomics.ca. don't you did. Well, that's when everything's going to be featured on the 9th, and it's going to be voted on in a straw poll here by the audience. Yeah, that's correct. Hello. Well, everybody can compete. You know what the prizes are? Either a signed set of cards, a commission T-shirt, a commission drawing, and you get your character drawn by me on a sketch card, as well as my Brazilian superhero as well, which is a Brazilian shield. Will I vote? Yes. Who I'm voting for? I have no idea at the moment. Bob says if I join the challenge, I'll post my version of Brazil Man on my channel. Well, you can do that, but to enter, you gotta send it to me so I know it's for the thing as well. I don't mind if you put it up on your channel as well. That you're right. But to enter, I need to have it in my possession somehow. The character will be yours. You retain all rights to the character. Up. How else can you get Dillard? Well, you could have been entering all these weeks the fan art challenge. The winner does get one signed card. That just means you gotta, like win 7 times in a row. And Scott out there has what got 5 or 6 of them. I think six of them that way. No, five of them. Well, technically six. I think he's got five there, and he's owed one. He just got to figure out which ones he needs. I just need to scan in my Brazilian one and my Brazilian superhero and link it to the thing. So that's what's taking me so long. I'll, I'm gonna do that after I finish here today. No way, what, Scott? Couldn't win a popularity. Nobody said about popularity. I just said you won five of them or got five of them. I think Manny sent you one of his. Can I enter multiple times if I team up with more than one person? Hmm. Well, maybe unhit Bob. Maybe hit the take off the bell and then put it back on. That could possibly help with that. Um, Let me think about that one, Dillard, because obviously I've got a day and a half to think about that. Yeah, it might be on, but if you take it off and then put it back on, the notifications might start working for you again, Bob. That's what some people do. Or Evan says there's something that you can change for stuff about notifications and settings. And I only say about taking the belt off and then on just because sometimes it re triggers it to do it properly. Well, you do realize if I say yes to that, Dillard, it could open you up to more competition because everybody else could start teaming up with 20 different people too. So there could be, 5 billion entries. And, maybe only a tenth of those entries are yours with somebody else. So, I might say yes, but it could work against you too. Okay, you're saying to see if it works. And like I said, you'll have 2 weeks from basically when I'm gone to smooth people. few days after I'm back. Oh. Wow. Okay, let's go take a look at this. Although I probably shouldn't be showcasing it this soon. Well, actually, I'm just going to look. I'm not going to showcase it yet. No, there is where I'm going to limit it for sure, Bob. Only two people on a team. You can have several different teams, but only one, two people per team. Although, Bob, that was sort of good thinking, Bob, trying to get everybody so they could win. Ooh, I do. The Brazilian Breezer. I like the concept. Hello? I do like it. Yeah, I'll let everybody make more than one character, one entry. I haven't read the profile yet, but I do like the character design. Don't mind me, I'm reading this. Uh, I like. This is good. People, you have your work cut out for you. I am telling you right now. Well, in 5 minutes, created a hero to be reckoned with. Everybody is going to have to bring their A game. Hopefully, I will be able to get people on the panel to that day on the 9th to showcase their character.
And you share?
No, these aren't being. I'll share maybe to you afterwards, but I ain't sharing this stuff till the 9th. The only stuff that gets sort of shared is stuff that's put on Twitter. Although I must say, the one thing I'd say here, hello, you don't necessarily have to have the word name Brazilian in the name. You know, like you don't necessarily need to call him the Brazilian Breezer, but it does work. You could just call him the Breezer or Breezer, but that's of no big importance. Like I was saying, yeah, it does flow. That's why I'm saying it's no big importance. I would like to see lots and lots of entries for this. I want it to be a stiff competition. You know what, John? I am going to let the numerous teams go. You can form more than one team. You can put in one by yourself, or you can put in one with one other person, several other people, but only one at a time. You know, like two people teams, basically. But you can form several two people teams. You should have different categories, including most entries. Yeah, that is an idea. Hello, but I don't want to have 50 zillion people sending out to. This is like I said, normally I do my fan art contest, but I'm going to be gone a couple weeks, so I didn't want to leave it up in the air for 2 weeks for just one character in the sense of mine. I just figured this gives you more time to create a whole character and get stuff nuanced down. Okay, later, Bob. Thursday noon will be my final showing till the 6th of August. This is beyond the fan art content. This is the ultimate creator showdown. Yep, and that's what it's meant to be. I can't give a super good prize, but no, Bob. I couldn't probably create half a universe by the time. I think you mean you could probably create a half a universe by the time I get back. Yeah, there's that. But heck. But yeah, I just figured, it was something unique I could do while I'm away, give people time to create, keep thinking about me, my channel. Not that a lot of these guys don't already. And of course, I'll have stuff up during while I'm away. Oh. I'll spend a little amount of time on it. What you came up in like 5 or 10 minutes is definitely blowing. And do spread the word about the contest too, everybody. The more people to know, the better, as far as I'm concerned. You guys might not think so because you're bringing in competition, but competition is good. I have a I have a bored but active imagination. Yeah, when I start to think about things, I can have a pretty active imagination too. I'm not the best colorist here, so I'm just doing my best to get some color in here for this character. Scott says, I'll bring it if you bring some beer. Just deciding what it is. Bring your game. Get your game on. Your A game. Won't take 20 ideas, just one great one. Well, I must say, Hillel has one great idea at the moment, for sure. Anybody out there, they do have some stiff competition. And this is only the second day of it, and I won't be able to promote it for like 2 weeks or a week and a half. It seems like Halal is bringing more than an A game. If he puts in more than one entry, folks, I don't say don't compete, but I say how has Halal cheated, Evan? As far as I know, he hasn't cheated. What you say? I'll think up of a reason. Yeah, you've only got 2 weeks to come up with a decent reason. 2.5 weeks. I guess that's enough time to come up with a half decent reason. But is it a good enough reason that I will buy? Is the real question. That I will even consider. Uh, okay, night, hello. Possibly see you tomorrow. No, it won't be Shabbat for you yet. because tomorrow's only, well, Wednesday. Yeah, I realized that. New hero. Hello. It will be Shabbat for you when I am landing in Brazil. No, it won't be quite. Yeah. No, not quite. Yeah. No, not quite. Shabbat is Saturday. Well, it starts Friday night, Saturday. Well, one thing's for sure: if people create more than one character, they're gonna have to decide which one they want to vote on, and that could cost you the win too. It's a bit about strategy too. I wonder if I could do this on a regular basis. A once a month, a creator contest that goes for a week. Would you guys like that are listening? A creator contest that goes for a week once a month. I give, a subject matter, like, this case it's Brazilian superhero. And in that week, you have to come up with a character and draw it up and give us 2 weeks. Oh, every time it's 2 weeks. Okay, well, if I gave you 2 weeks, who would be interested in that? I don't know what the prize would be. Obviously, I couldn't necessarily do the prize that I'm doing right now every 2 weeks or once a month, except for, like bragging rights. 2 weeks in time. I could obviously sketch card would be easy to do. So, like I said, I have a set of 6 sketch cards here with my villains for $20. If anybody's wanting them, Absorb, Sunset, Thunderbird, Acer, Tank, and Ice Woman. You draw the winning character. Yeah, that. Yeah, I guess I could say that. I draw the winning character. Maybe send it to them, or a free personalized sketch card commission. Yeah. Good ideas, Evan. Because a sketch card sending it out doesn't cost too much. If I was actually making money through YouTube, I probably wouldn't mind, doing something super big. That only cost me a little bit of time to make, but, not making money here yet. Because I'm not, as I was just saying, Scott, not making money here yet. I can buy those t-shirts for $6. And then it costs thing. Yeah, these are all great ideas for sure. The biggest problem with some of it is I don't have a lot of this at the moment. But actually, it's something that could build my channel. The creator challenge. Yeah, it's an idea. It's a good idea, Scott. And if I had the money, I'd say no problem with it. You know, I have quite a few sketch cards. There's 50 in this, and then I've got some open. So doing sketch cards are simple. Like I got like another 20 here, 30, 20 here. So this is, I think I made him a little lighter than what he actually is, but you guys get the basic idea. And I only had one pose to go with, so this is A.R.A.R.A. 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 He sounds Canadian, eh? Oh, you mean of this one? Well, souvenirs I was probably going to bring back for people and put in stuff with people who buy at the auction, but that can probably be included. A souvenir of the winner for this one in particular could be included. Yeah, but I'm more thinking the doing this possibly doing this creator challenge later. Once a month, you get 2 weeks to come up with a character. Based on whatever criteria I give you. And then it gets voted on by. Yeah, well, if I get some comics from him, I'm definitely gonna try and get him to sign it. And I'm talking about the guy who made this character, the one I did Saturday, the one I'm doing tomorrow, the one I'm doing Thursday. So I do think everybody's enjoyed themselves today. I think I'm gonna call it quits. It has been 2 hours here. Well, it's been 2 hours wherever too, but since I started. So thank everybody for tuning in. Please remember to hit that please remember to hit that thumbs up button. Share this out. Comment for those that are watching later. And hit that like button. Uh, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye for now. God bless everyone. Have a great night.